Hey friends, welcome to our weekend preview video for August 30th and 31st. Are you ready to do this? So this week's video is focusing on, well, understanding the loop show. And that is a difficult endeavor. I realize as I'm talking about this, understanding the loop show might be an oxymoron because there's so much that goes on. But I think the idea, the goal of this time is going to not just be understanding the loop show and all that it entails, but understanding what the loop show stands for. And awesome enough, the values and goals that they try and communicate on the loop show line up with our church's values and what we believe in. And so here's three things that we're going to talk about this week that are going to be values that will communicate throughout the year in everything that we do. The first one is participation in community. In the loop show, the quizman talks about jumping in. And we say here at Life Center that we are better together. And that's going to be a part of our conversation today. The second thing is about having fun together and being in an environment with joy. You've probably heard it said in a couple different places, but we believe that following Jesus is the best thing about this life. And there's so much joy involved with that. And one of the phrases that we use here at Life Center is you get real with the people that you have fun with. And we believe that that is true. And the last thing is following Jesus, the value of following Jesus. Most importantly, Jesus came to make us not more religious, but to make us more alive. And we believe that following Jesus is the most important way that we realize our full potential as people. So those are the three things that we'll be talking about, and we're going to go into our activity and small group discussion and what that's going to look like today, right now. So today in small group time, we are going to be highlighting those three values that I just mentioned before in our weekend overview of our series or of our lesson that we're going to be talking about for this weekend. And so those three values, we're going to see how they translate into our conversation. And we're going to do that by doing two activities together. And so just a heads up, the small group time this week will be heavily directed towards the two activities. But if you have some time at the end of those two activities, you have more than enough freedom to ask some of those follow-up questions that are in your small group questions and small group leader guide. Okay, so for the first activity, we're going to be filling out some Loop Show postcards. And this activity is an opportunity for you guys as leaders to help model and show the kids what it looks like to engage, to participate. And so in each kid's bag, there'll be a card that has the Loop Show on the front of it and then three questions on the back of it. And I'll attach that document in the leader email for this week so you guys can see what those questions are. But showing and modeling an answer to those questions might be a fun way to help get kids participating. And so their engagement, their participation, their answers are what make this time together valuable. And these cards, we're going to grab them after they fill them out. And we're going to send them off this week to the Loop Show down in Oklahoma and give them our feedback so that way they can participate and engage with these cards, possibly in a future episode of the Loop Show Likes You, which is a show they do every single month. So that might be an incentive for these kids to do the postcard and something that they might hear their response on the Loop Show at some point. The second activity that we're going to do helps communicate a vision for how each person in our group and in our community, it plays a necessary part in helping our group succeed. And the game is called Whole Tarp. It's very, very uncreative, but very informative. So I'm going to attach a video in our leader email this week with just some demonstrations on how this activity is done. It's fairly straightforward, but in your guys' bins, all you'll have, or as far as elements go to help facilitate this game, is two cards, one that says start and one that says finish. And you'll tape those with the tape in your bin as well onto the tarps that you'll get, and also a tennis ball to help you kind of navigate the tarp and the game from the start to the finish. And the goal is to have every person participate. And so that's the activity for this week. It should be a fun one and create some different challenges to have those start and finish cards. You can place them all throughout the tarp, or you can swap tarps with another group because each tarp has a different amount of holes in it, ranging from difficulty from easy to really hard. So anyway, that's the activity. I would encourage you guys to have fun with it. There'll be a snack at the end, although we'll encourage them to keep those in their bags and take them home for this weekend. All right, so come ready for the huddle 30 minutes prior, wearing your Team Kids stuff and wearing your mask, and we're going to be serving and loving these kids this weekend. All right, I'll see you guys this weekend. Bye.